Welcome back, everybody. We're out here to celebrate Mardi Gras at Universal Studios with the International Flavors of Carnival. This is one of the most fun times to visit Universal Orlando with their unique food and drink offerings and their amazing nighttime parade where you actually get to catch beads. Why don't you guys come along? Let's go make some memories together. Now, if you're new here, or maybe not so new, we typically go very hard on theme park festivals with all their unique food and drink offerings. But for this one, we have narrowed it down to just 6 unique items from 6 different countries represented here. We've also purchased this. This is a food and beverage card and a great way to tackle this festival. There's 2 different options: pay for $65 for $75 worth of food and beverage, or the annual pass holder option, $120 for $150, which is what we grabbed. Now, this card never expires, which means that if you don't end up using all of it during your time here at Mardi Gras, you can continue to use it well after. You also don't need to use it on just strictly Mardi Gras food. This can be used at a multitude of different locations around property, including quick service, snacks, and table service restaurants. So it's a great way to get some free dining, especially if you're already planning on spending that much money. Anyways, with all that being said, let's go eat.
So for my first item of this festival, we are back at the New Orleans booth, getting my favorite item from last year, the fried green tomato po' boy. Flash fried green tomatoes, lettuce, onions, pickles, and Cajun remoulade served with Cajun kettle chips.
Now, this is definitely one of our more pricier options we picked. However, this is essentially a full meal. This is completely shareable. It was about the same price last year, I remember, and I remember being astounded by how much food we actually got.
And just like you said, we got it last year, and the reason why we got it this year is because it was my favorite item. I think it was both of our favorite items.
It definitely, I think, made one of our best of the fest last year, which if you guys haven't seen our video from last year, we'll include that in the cards at the end and in the description below. Delicioso?
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, we also got lucky. We were like the first one on the new batch of them, so like they're as fresh as they can possibly be.
It definitely took a minute, but I would rather have a super fresh item than something that's been kind of sitting in there for a while.
I will say the bun is a little like harder and maybe not, I wouldn't want to say necessarily stale, but it's like that kind of more like firmer baguette style than like soft. But the sandwich itself tastes so good.
Chip check. Those are really well seasoned looking too.
They're actually pretty good too.
Good.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I will say it's very bready.
Yeah.
It's almost too much bread. I feel like that's mostly what we paid for, but I still enjoy it. Chips are also nice. Even though it tastes really fresh, it cooled off very quickly.
Well,
so my bite wasn't the warmest, but it's still really good, and I definitely think it's worth getting. I think out of 5, what should we do today? Out of 5 what?
Out of 5 King Gators.
King Gators, out of 5 King Gators, I think I'm gonna give this a 4.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4.
It's not my best of the fest so far this year, unfortunately, but it still tastes fantastic. I love fried pickles.
Yeah, if you took off like one side of the bun, it'd be probably a 5.
Yeah. For my first item of the day, I grabbed the Colombian burger, fittingly from the Colombia booth. This is a grilled burger with Monterey Jack cheese, pineapple cabbage slaw, cilantro garlic sauce, and potato sticks. Now, upon first glance, it's a rather tiny looking burger. However, it looks incredibly savory, and I'm very intrigued by that pineapple slaw and that garlic cilantro sauce. That was kind of like the selling point for me.
That looked really juicy.
Honestly, I want more of the sauce. I also like my burgers really saucy.
Yeah, you do. It does smell really good though. I mean, they are pretty made to order here, which I don't remember it being like that last year.
No, I wonder if they were just anticipating not as many people here today.
Maybe.
So they're having to play catch up with how many people are here, because it is a pretty busy day here at the park.
That's really good. Like that's some really good like burger meat. Like that's so good.
Yeah.
Probably the best burger I've had anywhere on like anywhere property.
Really?
Disney or here.
Wow.
I think it's in like grade of meat.
I've also suddenly forgotten every burger we've ever had now that I like can't think of any comparisons.
Like, this is just so juicy and fresh that I know I've not had a burger like that.
It is definitely very good.
It definitely could use some more of like the sauce and the fixings, but really good.
So I asked the team member at the booth if I could have additional sauce, and now we're swimming in it, baby. That's a lot of sauce. I'm not complaining though.
Yeah.
So thank you, team member. I also didn't realize there was 2 different sauces. Whoopsie.
Yeah,
I thought it was just the one. So we're gonna do a little bit mixy here. That's how I like my burgers. The sauce is definitely very cold.
Yeah.
But it boosts that flavor. With the additional sauce, 5 out of 5. If I didn't ask for it, I'd probably give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly because it's tiny. That's how festivals go, though. You're paying for smaller quantities of food. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys come here, see if you guys can get some additional sauce. Again, that was kind of a little magic moment there, so not guaranteed, but if you guys are able to, I definitely recommend doing it. This is delicious.
I think we're gonna hold on to that sauce so we can use it on some other things.
Probably. My second item brings us here to the Brazil booth, where I'm gonna be getting the shrimp moqueca, shrimp and coconut cream stew, micro cilantro, and white rice. Now, originally, this was on your wanted to get list, but when you filled up your 3 slots, I kind of adopted it and stole it. But I will say it looks fantastic and it smells delicious. I've never had moqueca before. In fact, I actually had to look up how to pronounce it. But honestly, it looks like it's a coconut curry.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Smells like that.
Some lime action first. Ooh, juicy. It smells so good. Whoa. That shrimp is very tender.
Oh, really?
It just kind of dissolved in my mouth. That was very unexpected. I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but that was not the reaction I was expecting to utter. I need another bite for science. That shrimp, it just disappears. Like, I'm not really getting much of a shrimp crunch. I don't know if it's just overcooked or, like, it tastes fine. It tastes great.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't mind it that much.
I just want that shrimp crunch.
Yeah, it helps with, like, making it not so, like,
texturally
homogenous.
the same. Yeah.
But the flavor's really good. I thought it looked bland, but it has a nice flavor. It could probably use a little bit of, like, pepper and maybe salt.
I want more cilantro in there.
Yeah.
There's just a tiny, tiny bit of cilantro.
Yeah, some sort of herb.
I'm one of those people that enjoys cilantro heavily. I'm not one of those soap people. Sorry if you are a soap people.
Yeah, I just had, like, another shrimp, like, perfectly on my, like, tongue. And it did feel weird of just, like, mushing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this, out of 5 King Gators, I think a 4.5. This is really good. It tastes just like a coconut curry. It's just missing that textural part. So if you guys like Thai food, I think this tastes pretty much like a Thai dish, except from a Brazil booth.
I might give it a 4.
Okay.
Just because, like, I think it does need a little bit of, like, herbs and something
Okay.
extra for it, besides the shrimp.
Yeah.
We're now here at the Puerto Rico booth, and I am getting the bacalaitos. I hope I did not butcher that. Crispy salt cod fritters with bell peppers, cilantro, and onions, served with a mayo ketchup.
At first I was confused with the presentation, but then I remembered the bell peppers and onions are baked inside of it. Because I was like, why is it in a paper? But it makes more sense that way. Got our mayo chup, and kind of glad we kept our sauce.
To try it.
It'd be good to try it in that. I think it'd be pretty good.
I will say, I don't know where, like, the fish itself is. It's very, like, thin.
Yeah,
So
very strange.
I feel like this is all just batter, so we'll see.
You need me to, like, go underneath you to catch anything that falls. I think it's gonna be all batter. So I'm further confused by this item. So I went to go talk to the team members at the booth and I said, where's the fish in this? I think we got one that's entirely batter, because if you look, like, there's, like, it's just batter. And he goes, well, it's in it. It's like shredded and it's in. I said, I don't even see any bell peppers or onions. And he goes, well, there's like a minimal amount in there. So this might be my first miss of the year of these booths, because I thought it would be like cod.
Yeah, like a slice of cod with,
like fried fish with the bell peppers and onions inside of it.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not even tasting. I'm already like, should we have spent the money on this?
like, that bite definitely had some fish in it, but it is weird.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's our cultural ignorance, that we figured it would be at least somewhat similar to, like, fish and chips. I didn't quite expect a 1-for-1, but I definitely expected, like, an actual piece of cod, not batter.
Yeah, because it's almost like a chicharron.
Yeah, it is kind of like that. I don't want to give this a 1 because it still at least tastes good because it's fried food. You can't go wrong with just fried food, but I'm probably going to give this a 2 because it tastes like fried fish, but it's not really. So sorry, Puerto Rico, this just isn't great.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you guys tried this and had a different experience. Because I don't ever return things at festivals because I usually just swallow it and deal with it. But this is one of the few things I've ever been like, maybe we should get our money back. Because if you don't like something, they will do a refund for you. We don't want to be difficult though, and so we're just gonna continue eating it. But yeah, this gets a 2.
Yeah, I think I'd give it a 2 too, because it does kind of make you feel like you're kind of gypped.
Yeah.
You're expecting like fish, and then you're just given like the implication of fish.
Yeah. One of the greatest things included with your admission to Mardi Gras is the free concerts. So every weekend during the event, there are a famous artist, either famous back in the heyday or famous currently, that comes and performs on the main stage here. So this weekend is going to be the 24th, so we're going to see Bare Naked Ladies. We've already seen the All American Rejects and Casey and the Sunshine Band, but you've got things like DJ Khaled and Ava Max and even Queen Latifah and Zedd and Luis Fonsi. It's a huge lineup this year. Like I said, these are entirely free and are included with your admission to the park during this festival. Just keep in mind, these are going to be some of your busiest days. So if you want to come here and enjoy the festival without having huge crowds, this might not be the best time to come is on these dates. As we come into the Beverly Hills section of the park, we're actually going to be making a detour into the new Tribute store for this year. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with what the Tribute store is, it's kind of an elevated retail experience. They do 4 different ones a year. They do one for summer, Halloween, Christmas, and now Mardi Gras. And this year's theme is based on kind of like a port in New Orleans. It's really cool. Welcome aboard the PS Songbird, the most luxurious paddle ship steamer the South has ever seen, built by the best for the best. Enjoy your journey along the Grand Mississippi River, New Orleans to Hannibal. A daily itinerary can be found in the main lobby and on each deck. Be sure to book your next cruise with the Tribute store and River Cruises. Tribute Store's gonna be home to some of the merchandise for this year, like this really cool t-shirt, magnets and keychains and tumblers. Also got some pins, more lanyards down here. Theme this year is pretty cool too. I like the skeleton with the little music bars in his eyes and his glasses. So these places are chock full of Easter eggs, and I think you found our first one.
Yeah.
So this right here is Shadow Creek, and I believe that's a reference to the HHN house we had last year. I think previous iterations of it too, for the Yeti one. What was it called again? What was the Yeti house called? Yeti Campground Kills. You can also buy a myriad of Mardi Gras masks in case you need them for the night's activities once that parade starts. Which one's your favorite?
I actually really like this one.
The one at the top in the box?
Yeah, it's like very lacy.
It's crazy, it's actually like in a box. It makes you feel like you can't purchase it, but you totally can. I think I kind of like this one right here. This one's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Very extra.
I remember that one from last year.
Well, this isn't terrifying at all. I thought this was going to be a very peaceful voyage on a ship, but this is kind of scary. I guess it makes sense for something in New Orleans to be haunted, but I didn't expect this to be haunted. It's kind of an HHN house. Ooh, look at this scary thing back here. Yeah. Ooh, oh, it like kind of disappears. Oh, it's like a fake wall. Oh, I love that. This is a very smart cup to have. Not only is it dated for the year, but it's also made of silicone. I also just like the colors. But it's like slip proof, so if you're gonna be drinking a little bit too much, you likely won't drop it. Or at least you're less likely to drop it than a glass. I just love that the whole vibe is kind of this like Art Deco kind of energy. Like this mural against the wall is just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if there's something that like appears with it, but it's just nice to look at. One thing I noticed that's gone from in here are the little wax maker machines. I think all those Mold-O-Ramas are gone. I remember seeing something that they had taken them all out at the last like tribute store, and I thought maybe it was like a general thing or maybe just like a temporary thing. But no, they're gone. So I only ever did one of them, but it was always fun to look at them and see what all you could make from them. Tons of beads in here as well if you feel the need to get more beads before the parade actually happens tonight. Ooh, I love this room already. I love the projections on the floor, like we're walking off of the dock into the, oh, a gator. Careful now. I'm gonna walk around you. Yeah, I just absolutely love how decorated this room is. This is why I love tribute stores, because like, looks like we have a ship that's crashing here. We're in the middle of the bayou. We've got the other half over here. Also very, very cool. All the merch in here seems to be dedicated to our friend King Gator. Is this where you got King Gator from? This guy right here? Yeah, he is very cool. Here's the new popcorn bucket for this year. Very cute.
I love his little mouth.
There's also a matching plush to go with it. Oh, he's kind of like, he's kind of textured. That's cute. Ooh, you can hear the gator hissing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's over there.
Oh, and on the floor.
Ah, not again. Of course, every tribute store also has a treat booth, and this year is no different. Got a lot of cute things in here. This year's theme is kind of like elements. So we've got things like fire and earth, and we've also got some things like sun and moon. Very cute. That fire mini cake is very, very, very pretty. I think this one might be even prettier though. Coming into our final room. Looks like it's kind of like a voodoo, like water mill or mill house or something. Oh, he's cool. Oh, that's sweet. It's like a voodoo witch doctor. Oh, I didn't even realize that the popcorn bucket lit up. I love it even more. Oh, and his crown does too. Yeah, I love the kinetic motion of the spinning wheel, and I love all the thunder and everything. I'm trying to look for Easter eggs. I feel like I need to look for stuff, but it's all just like a tad overwhelming in a good way. These passengers didn't fare so well on their last trip. Ah, that's him.
Oh, yeah.
That's him up there. At least I think it is. I'm gonna say that it's him. I think this might be my favorite thing I've seen so far.
Really?
I just love tie-dye. I think that it's cool, and I don't think it actually has the date on it, which is like pro points for me. Oh, it has a little bit on the back. That's passable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Here's this year's Spirit jersey with the medallion in the center. It's very scratchy because it's covered in glitter. Mardi Gras 2024, the Universal Orlando, and then you've got our witch doctor friend. He's just so vibrant and cool. I love him. Coming into our final room, which has this giant ship's cannon. I was hoping that was Dr. Oddfellow, but alas, it is not. We've got quite the final scene here, and honestly, it kind of reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean, just being very New Orleans themed, like shipwreck with the skeletons. In fact, our voodoo witch doctor friend here has been cackling. Oh, I saw his eyes move. I think that second room was probably my favorite one. The one that had the gator projection on the ground. Well, that room and then the like ghostly room. Those were both really good.
Those were probably the two best rooms.
Yeah, it's rooms like that make me really love tribute stores. This isn't my favorite tribute store. I still also just don't care for the location. I still think it should only be over in the New York section, kind of over near Jimmy Fallon and stuff. The Mummy, yeah, I think that's a much larger footprint, but they make the space work, and I think it's fun. Also, reminder to annual pass holders, go get your magnet. Very cute round one this year. Got like a crawfish and a noodle bowl. I actually grabbed mine over at the Five and Dime instead of having to go all the way over to the AP Lounge over in Islands of Adventure. So it's nice to be able to get it in both locations rather than just the one. Now we did end up grabbing a snack from here, which is the first time in a long time. It's been a long time since I've grabbed something. I ended up going with the Fire Macaron. There's 3 different options in there. This one is a chocolate cinnamon. The Sun and Moon one was a brown butter banana, and the Earth one was a s'mores caramel pecan. Now I've become quite the macaron enthusiast, the macaron connoisseur since our trip out to Disneyland. And I will say the food and beverage cart did not work in there because that's technically a merchandise location. So it will work at actual food and beverage locations, but not technically in this because you're inside of a merchandise place. Ooh, I can definitely taste the cinnamon. It's nice and crispy, but also incredibly soft. And I really, really love the flavor. It honestly kind of tastes like Mexican hot chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah, it's almost like as if someone threw cayenne in there, it would be just a tiny bit spicy. It's almost wavering on there like, ooh, this could be a little spicy.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It like kind of creeps in there at the very, very end.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's in no way actual spicy, but
well, no.
I like the kind of like cinnamon vibe it has to it. Yeah, I'm glad we got this. Definitely not on our list today, but I saw it and said, why not? As we're passing through, I do want to point out that the parade for tonight does kick off through these gates right here, which is just at the very end of the Beverly Hills area where we just did the tribute store. I got my magnet at. Now I will say, historically, the parade has exited out of here and made its way down this way and circled all the way around the park and ended back over here. But this year, for some reason, they're doing it backwards. So it's coming off of this way and heading down this direction and then finishing out coming up this way. If you're wanting to get a ton of beads, I definitely recommend being towards the front of the parade. So maybe somewhere over here, which definitely means you should come and camp out maybe a little bit earlier than normal. Make sure you actually get a really good spot. Because normally by the end of the parade, they will typically run out of beads. Like sometimes people get a little overzealous and throw a bit too many. So if you want to end up with a big haul, definitely be towards the front. As a Universal Day guest, you actually have the ability to ride on-set floats and actually throw the beads out to the crowd, which has been one of my bucket list items I've wanted to do for years. There's a couple of different ways to do it. One is going to be the virtual queue that they host if the float is not full. So that happens about an hour before the parade sets off. There's a meeting point. I remember last year was around the Animal Actors area over in Kids Zone, and if you happen to make that virtual queue, they then load you on and you get the chance to go do it. Another way is to do the annual pass preview early sign up. So if you're an annual pass holder, you and a couple of guests can sign up and be able to ride on the float and throw out the beads. I unfortunately did not do that this year. I should have, I didn't. Or the third way is to purchase the dining package. It's pretty expensive, but you get the ability to go eat at one of the table service restaurants here in Universal, which includes, I believe, a 3-course dinner, and then you get the ability to ride on the floats and go throw the beads. If you guys have done that, let me know, because I heard it's absolutely phenomenal to do. Again, it's a bucket list thing I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. We may attempt to do the virtual queue tonight. I don't know, but either way, we're definitely gonna be watching the parade because it is one of my favorite parts of this festival.
And here we are at the Germany booth for my third and final item, and it is going to be the Mutzen, the fried lemon vanilla fritters dusted with powdered sugar.
Now these look really good.
I know, yeah, they do.
I am very intrigued to see what these taste like. Fried dough, I'm cool with it. And it's lemon. I didn't expect that.
It's like a nice, like, it's almost like a, I don't want to say a hush puppy, but
I mean,
it has more of like a, not beignet, but just a softer dough texture.
ooh. It's pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just tastes like a really poofy funnel cake.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with
that's
that.
a perfect description.
Yeah, it's a perfect description. It very much tastes like a funnel cake. I don't necessarily know how this is German. Again, I don't really know.
Lemon. I don't really taste any lemon.
There's a slight lemon
Really?
in there. It's
I
the slightest lemon.
I get, if anything, I get the vanilla more than the lemon.
Okay. Either way, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish it was a little warmer. I think they've been sitting out in the booth for a while. This booth was kind of hard to find. The map that we were following was not correct inside the app. So we were like walking in circles, and then we actually passed this thinking that it was something else. So 4 King Gators?
Yeah. I think I'd give it a 4 as well. I think it could use like a dipping sauce. A lemon dipping sauce.
A lemon dipping sauce would be good.
I think that would have really like helped solidify it.
Yeah.
As a 5.
And it just happened to work out this way. You saved dessert for last, and I also saved dessert for last. Let's go get my last item. My third and final item brings us here to Central Park Crepes, aka the France booth, for the Bananas Foster Creme Brulee Crepe. Banana caramel, vanilla cream, fresh bananas, whipped topping, and brewed late sugar. Now we're ending things with arguably my most anticipated item of the day, because this looks fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Now I have said this about this booth before, but it takes an aggressively long time to get your food here. And honestly, it's no one's fault. It's just how it's set up, because everything here is made to order, it's fresh, and it attracts a huge crowd. So every time we've come here, we've had to at least wait 25 minutes for this, which usually ends up being worth the wait. So I'm hoping with as fantastic as this one looks, it was worth it. So yeah, pack your patient pants. Everyone's all waiting for the same food. Woosah, breathe, and enjoy your food when you get it. All that caramelization on top. These are always very hard to eat too. I don't really get much of that. This thing cooled off very, very quickly because the entire inside is just cold.
Oh, really?
But it tastes really good. It tastes like a banana pudding. I didn't get a whole lot of ingredients. In the past, we've had to just take this and dump it into a container and eat it that way, and I don't know why I think I can eat it out of this cone every time, because every time I always fail at it.
You kind of have to like put the fork down further and like scoop it up.
I'm so afraid I'm gonna fling it out and it's gonna fly and I've just lost my entire meal.
It is very banana-y.
I really like the crispiness from that brulee. I didn't get a chance to film them actually using the blowtorch gun. Yeah. No, normally this location has savory ones. It kind of has a rotating menu every couple months. There's no savory ones right now, which makes me sad because the muffaletta one from last year made my best the fest. That one was fantastic.
It was really good.
Also, another thing missing from booths this year, no Japan booth. They actually scaled back quite a bit on the booths this year, but the Japan booth last year, and it may have been another booth previous year to that, but I know that they had the ube bubble waffle cone. Again, another best of fest that didn't come back.
I know, I'm very sad about that. That's how I really learned that I love ube.
So I was able to get down a little bit more in there. I wish it had a bit more texture to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they just took vanilla or banana pudding and just kind of like put it in there. Yeah, kind of. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but it's kind of all the same thing. I think we said the same thing about the one from the Christmas season. where it was just a lot of goop.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's good tasting goop, but it's a lot of goop.
Yeah.
I
can
think
see that.
I think out of King Gators, I think I give this a 4.5. It's good. It's not my favorite one they've ever had,
Yeah.
and that time is excruciatingly long. And again, props to those team members for being able to constantly churn these out, because we're like, again, we stood there for 25 minutes waiting on this, but an additional probably 7 waiting to order. So shout out to them.
I think I'd give it a 4. I think you really have to be a banana lover for this one.
I am a banana lover, both artificial and regular flavor.
I do think it does need, like you said, a texture. Since creme brulee is like in the name, I'm expecting a lot more of like that crispy like coating on the outside. So if they could have figured out like some form of like crispy thing that they could have put inside to like either simulate it or like be like just ground up creme brulee
That's fair.
topping
Yeah.
that they could have put in top.
Yeah. Well, this is all the food we wanted to try today. We had some great things. We had some okay things.
Yeah.
The parade starts at 6:15, which is a very short window of time from now. So we're gonna go find a spot and camp out. We're gonna catch the parade. Who do you think's gonna get the most beads?
Probably you. You're better at catching than I am.
Really? I'm a bead master. What a beautiful, chaotic, and wonderful parade.
I know,
as
yeah.
always. I always have so much fun with that parade. And I love that it's included in the price of coming to your
that
day
is
here at
nice.
Universal. We got a ton of beads. You almost have to be kind of far back because they're launching those bad boys.
Yeah. So what's your favorite float?
My favorite float, okay, obviously it's the King Gator.
Yeah.
I love the King Gator. He's the one that's at the end every single year, and he's just so crazy and big. In fact, like you can still see him. They're still going off that way. The parade's still not over yet, but it's done in our section. I like him, and if it wasn't for him, it was the new Under the Sea one.
Yeah, that was my favorite one too.
That was such a good one because the theme this year was all about the elements. So we had all fire, earth, air, and water, and then we had sun and moon. There's a couple others in there that I was like, ooh, this is so pretty, and I didn't quite realize what they were, but that parade is just so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
What was your favorite food item you had today? What was your best of the fest?
I think it'd have to be the burger. The burger,
burger.
just had such a good flavor to it.
Yeah.
It should have been a bigger portion for the price.
That's
but
that's festival food though.
Yeah, the flavor was really good.
Especially when we added the extra sauce. So shout out again to that team member for hooking us up with the extra sauce. Now, if it wasn't the burger, for me it was the crepe.
Yeah.
I really liked the crepe. It was a little homogenous with its, textural, and it took forever to get, but it was still delicious.
I think my second choice would probably be the little fried balls from Germany.
Mutzen?
Yeah.
Yeah. basically the floofy funnel cake. Yeah, of course. You can't go wrong with a funnel cake. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for coming along with us today to Universal to hang out for Mardi Gras 2024. Again, this is one of my personal favorite times to come down here, just because the energy is so just high. It's always just so fun, especially with the parade, the delicious food we got to try, and just the vibes are just so great. Mardi Gras runs from February 3rd to April 7th, so a decently long window. Even though it's the end of February, we still have another month or so of this. So you guys don't have to come down for actual Mardi Gras. It lasts a little bit longer. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys like our video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, the way you guys get updates on all of our future adventures. Give us a super like if you really love what we do. And as always, thanks for making memories with us. I've been Adrian.
And I've been Matt.
And we'll see you guys next time. Happy Mardi Gras. Bye. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.